Hi, I think this is our first podcast. We are starting with a very interesting, very inspiring theme, which is Rise from the Roots. And the broad thought process was when I first met Vinod, it started from Jain University. I joined there 6 months back. We organized the alumni meet. I come across meeting Vinod. It was an alumni meet and I got to know that student who used to sit on the benches in a college in Bangalore. Today is a big entrepreneur. We are sitting in his studio. It's a wonderful feeling. Vinod, welcome.
Welcome to my office. First and foremost, thank you so much for that introduction. It's been great for me to come back to college after say about 18 years to be precise, right? 2005 is when I started and then I came back to college. And it's been a great journey in the last 6 months also to be interacting constantly with you. And thank you so much. But whatever entrepreneurship journey started from Jain College. Jain is something which inspired me to, we got placed from Jain College. To just give you a brief about it, back in the days in 2008, we got placed. We were the backbenchers who got placed in Accenture. Went for 15 days, but then, also made sure that this is not my cup of tea. The reason being, Jain College gave me the freedom to do my own software, right? So we were a BCA graduate. Wherein we did library management system in our second year and Visual Basics again. And the then HOD gave me permission to work with my friend from a different section for my third year, where we did it in C# because we had a mentor there, right? So being a rebel in college, being a rebel in studies and everything, I thought after doing something in C#, going back to Accenture and doing something in mainframe is something which wasn't comfortable. And again, the main reason was the Login Festival of Jain College, wherein we as college students had an opportunity to design the logo, design the brochure, design the invites. Back in the days, there were not many plugins like how today you have it, wherein your animation is just a click away from today. Those days, we had something called as Flash, and we had to hard code our animation of the login logo launching, right? The entire thing. Chenraj sir, our chairman, was so kind enough, called all of us on stage as an 18, 19-year-old kids. It was the best thing which he could have given us, right? I was getting thanked by him, which eventually made us the celebrities in college then, right? So all of our teachers were proud of us because we made the department be recognized in a very nice way. And our HODs, we become the best friends of our HOD and the teachers, because everyone was very proud that a bunch of 5 to 6 guys who were always notorious in classrooms, but could do something great.
I'll just cut you here. Since you said the celebrities, if we look at the journey, Jain has become from college to a university, from university to a NAC A++ grade university, but we'll not talk about Jain much. The broad thought process that together we conceptualize for this podcast is to inspire these students who represent an age group, maybe 16 to 22, 23,
Correct.
Maybe the pre-university, the 11th, 12th segment to a college level segment. And since you said you were celebrated, I recall one of my ex-supervisor who used to say, Sagar, if you are very clear that you want to be an educator in time to come, you have to grow yourself as an educator, maybe you start focusing on the bond with the alumni that we have. So your alumni should be the chief guest of technical events, of conferences, of colloquiums. It should not be a politician. Rather than calling an industry person, you call a alumni, and when the students who are presently here, when they look at it and they look at the alumni being celebrated like this, it would be the real inspiration. From this, let me come back when you came to the alumni meet and we looked at that video. I was able to see a boy with less beard, a little slim, and I looked at the journey from thinking out of the box, maybe running up something related to ice cream is what I recall slightly in my memories, selling biryanis, to today being a facilitator to so many young entrepreneurs. How do you look at this journey of last 17, 18 years?
Yes. Right from the day I became 18, I've been someone who wanted to be independent. But coming back, the celebrity part of it, to be very frank, it starts from a very young age. So right from, I'll take it from sport. There was this Freedom Cup in our school, wherein we had 50 years of independence. School, 1997, where I was in 4th standard then, right? So I'm good at dates, I'm good at years. That's what my friends always tell. How do you remember what's happened 20 years, 25 years? Exactly when the dates also, right? So there we had this beautiful volleyball state level tournament organized by New Horizon Public School, wherein the ground was there, and then we had like a stadium kind of a setup. We had about 5 floors of our school. Say about 1, 2, and 3 sides, right? So the entire crowd. So when our school used to play against another school, the entire school had an off period for 2 hours, right? So the entire school students were on the balcony cheering for our team. That was a goosebump effect for me, right? And then you can just remember watching cricket, watching sport. We always look up for celebrities, right? So my own classmates, my seniors were the celebrities in school. I immediately somehow, it was a 1-week tournament, somehow got in someone at the age of say about 4th standard, say about 9-year kid. I went and got into a job of a ball boy, right? And then I also remember Sachin Tendulkar was a ball boy in 1987 World Cup, right? So I became a ball boy in 4th standard, started practicing volleyball at the age of 6th to 7th standard. I was a substitute player, but always wanted to be with people better than me. I wanted to learn from you, build relationships. So today my entire business or my entrepreneurship journey is purely on relationship building. It's more not about acquiring new business on a daily basis. It's been clients who've been referring me, right? So going back to the days, the volleyball captain I was talking about, I tried to become his friend. He was my classmate, but he was tall. I was short. Like how you told, I'm fat today and I was thin then. I'm one of the shortest guys. So I was the first bencher, and then there was this volleyball player who was the last bencher, right? So it was a lot of a thing. Even in the line of your school, you're standing in the 3rd or 4th, and he's standing in the 20th place, right? So there was a lot of distance which I had to cover. But we become best of friends. Even today, we are friends after say about 25 years now. We share a very strong bond. His name is Gautam. Then we moved on. As the journey passes, I can tell you, from a primary substitute player, in my 8th and 9th standard, we went to state level. So again, as I'm just telling you, state level, national level volleyball players, when we used to practice, our schoolmates, our classmates, our juniors used to come and watch us play. So the celebrity comes there, the feeling was totally different. Coming back to the grassroots, we earned our first paycheck when we were in our 9th standard. When we won the national level, our chairman gave us a 100% scholarship. So whatever fees we paid for the 9th standard was refunded back as a check. So I received my first payment when I was in 9th standard. Carried away for the 10th standard also. That's my journey of, when I've been celebrity, this is something which I always looked up to.
Let me step in here. When we say celebrities, everybody wants to be a celebrity. Without competence, with competence, everybody has a dream like that. But when I look at it, 2005, 2008, it was a time when this word was not a buzzword for the people of that age group. So to aspire to be a celebrity and to actually become one, I am sure it must have been a very roller coaster kind of a ride.
Roller coaster is one, celebrity is one aspect. More than the celebrity, that happiness what you get when people look up to you, right? So then the journey again. Today maybe I'm not still. I always tell that there's a lot way to go. I'm still humble, right? And the point what I was telling about is then I went to just then the degree PUC, right? Jain, Christ, Joseph's, and then. Again, it's always choice between the three colleges, right? But I wanted to study in all these colleges, and I've studied in all of them. The best part was I got into PUC, again as a volleyball player from national certificate. There were other friends of mine who were getting 95% who were still competing to get their, list in the first thing, and I was a national level player at 80%, I got my seat, right? And then there also, what I did, my so-called team building activity, came in as a player, went back to school. If you get about 60% come into arts, if you get about 80% come into commerce, if you get about 90% come into
that used to be the mindset,
right?
Days, yeah.
And my entire 12 players in my second year of my PUC at Joseph's were from New Horizon School, and we were the first. Again, we created history there. We went to nationals at Joseph's. I was sports captain cum coach. So literally, the college gave me the freedom to give all those, right? So that is something which has always been there, trying to be that outstanding student. Today, I might think out of the box.
Can I take that small credit that since you quoted all the institutions and everybody played a role, but it was Jain that gave you that little push that
Jain is when I got, so till then, to be very frank, parents were calling all the shots at home, right? So the school was chosen by them, Joseph was chosen by them, till even the PUC, engineering was supposed to be what I'm supposed to do. Luckily, CET was in my hands. Still, I was good at studies also. Though people don't think that I'm good at
I
studies.
can take a partial credit.
100% Jain was the one which has made me successful here, right? Why I'm telling you that again is because I had CET in my hand. I went back to Jain, saw what the engineering had to offer, what BCA had to offer, and I went back to my parents, not my parents, my mom's younger brother was like my mentor, who gave me that freedom. I told him, you know what, same course 4 years, same course 3 years, same course will make me again, you'll be sending me, I don't know why I went for the tuitions at 4 a.m. in the morning for my second PUC to finish my PCMs, right? The sin thetas, the cos thetas. Literally, that also taught me that if you study something before what the teacher is teaching at class, you don't have to struggle to study for the examinations, right? Then I told my uncle that, you know what, I would want to do BCA. Like, why don't you go join Jain? He was the one who told me, just go. I just loved it. We were at Jain College, one of the first institutes those days to have an AC classroom, right? So it was a different ball game, so to be very frank. Fresh mind, a lot of freedom. Like right from the kind of dresses we wear, there was a lot of freedom given from Jain University, right? And class starting at 7:30 in the morning, getting over by 12:30 in the afternoon. Sometimes you don't have classes every day, right? So by 11 o'clock, you're free to do what you want.
So it's a schedule kind of a thing that you developed during the school time. So yesterday when we were having a conversation, you said we'll have it at 7 a.m.
Correct.
So I tried to recollect. It's Navratri time. I do a little bit of puja. I'm on fast. So I woke up at 4:30.
Okay.
Did my puja and everything by 5:15 or 5:30. I started at around 6 to be here. So it is a routine kind of a thing. But I appreciate that's a discipline if you can inculcate in your day-to-day life.
Yes. Early in the morning is the best gift you can give yourself, because your mind is fresh, everything is fresh, everything is calm apart from the Bangalore traffic, right? So if you, I think on the normal days you would have taken about 2.5 hours to come here. I think 6 o'clock in the morning is a far better thing, because everyone else is sleeping and the city is kind of in a space which when we were in school, Bangalore used to wake up at 11 o'clock.
Correct.
I had people coming in pajamas and dropping their kids when we were students. Today we have people at 7:30 in the morning with their their corporate attire of coat and suit and getting ready and going and dropping kids. So the Bangalore has changed, evolved, and coming back to the most important thing, that's what Jain College did for me, right? It gave me the freedom. I took up what I wanted. Again, the most important thing was convince my parents that I'll take up BC and do something great. But I was not anymore studying because I love computer science, and I came into Jain. Second thing was second language, which I'm never comfortable with, and my degree didn't have a second language. So I literally got what I wanted.